Hello guys and welcome back to another Warframe video. So, right quick, I have a Patreon. There is a link in the description below if you'd like to support the channel and get exclusive content. Also, speaking of Patreon, I ask for your patience because I made a separate tier for the people who have stuck by me since the very beginning, so I have to move about 400 stories to the regular tier. And Patreon will only let me do it one at a fucking time, so bear with me. The catalog, it will be there, and it is massive. I also do commissions, and you can DM me on Instagram for those commissions, which is also linked in the description below. Now, let's get started. So this one's gonna be more casual. This is a Patreon pick. My patrons voted for what they would like to see for another YouTube video, and this won out. Farming, and talking about what I am farming. As you can see, I'm just very quickly showing the fashion for the frame that I am going to be using for this Duviri run. And it's pretty basic. I like black and gold. Throw in a bit of purple. I'm happy. And I do that with every single frame that I have, because that's what I like. Now, about the farm. I was farming Deimos. I have a love-hate relationship with it. To be honest, yeah. Like, what I need to do right is I need Seraglass shards. Yeah, so just saying that, those of you who have played Warframe for a good little bit, yeah. You already know. For those of you who don't, Seraglass shards, they take a bit to get because you need 20 grandmother tokens. And the only way to get 20 grandmother tokens is if you get a fuckload of everybody else's tokens. But yeah, so you have to get everybody's tokens and then swap them out for certain token collections for grandmother. Oh boy. Oh boy. But the reason that I bring that up is because I was contemplating on whether or not I should actually, record that for you guys to watch while, you listen to my commentary. And though I was actually having a good time just periodically fishing and mining and, rescuing pets and stuff, well, wild animals, on Deimos, it doesn't exactly make for the most thrilling of viewing content. So I decided to record what else I'm farming, which are Warframes that I don't yet have, or Warframes that are, like Mesa, complete bullshit to farm. Now, if you guys don't know about Mesa's farm, trust me, just wait until Duviri comes up. It's not the worst farm in the world. It's not. By far and away. There are far, far worse farms in this game. Way worse grinds. However, it's not that great either. Oh boy. So, there is a mission, Mutilus Alon V, right? It's an assassination mission. And I hate the way this fucking mantling works in this game. It's so fucking annoying. But there's that mission, right? You'd think you'd be able to just drop in, run toward him, kill him, be done, and, just keep farming the boss until you get all the parts. No! Because that would be too easy. And apparently, they decided that, well, they can do that too often. Let's slow them down a little bit. Back in the day, this was years and years ago that they had this mission. And you need a key. You need a key to be able to enter that assassination mission, which is stupid. And the only way that you can get that key is if you farm for who knows how long, for I guess just a bunch until you're satisfied with you think you get a lot of the Mutilus LRV nav coordinate. You have to farm on Deimos a defense mission, and just get a bunch. And then, you thought it stopped there. No, of course it wouldn't stop there. In order to build them, it takes an hour. each. Not a minute, like it should, but an hour to build them each. So you have to farm Deimos for the stupid nav coordinate, and then you have to make the coordinate and wait an hour for each. And depending on your RNG, you may need anywhere between 12 to 30 of those things. So you are waiting 12 to 13 hours because spending platinum to rush that many things, and it's all based on RNG, is an absolute waste. And then you go over there, and you do the mission, and you hope that you can get all of her parts before you run out. Yeah, so I ain't doing that stupid ass shit. I'm just gonna go to Duviri and select her to farm out on Duviri. So glad that they made that a thing. Oh boy, I cannot tell you how happy I am that they have Duviri to farm regular frames, because some of their farms are absolutely fucking stupid. Like that. Like that. And there are worse. There are worse farms, trust me. But getting prime frames is easier. I mean, sure, you have to farm the relics and get stuff like that. I mean, sure, and it's kind of similar, you know, especially if you don't want to pay real money. You have to do Fortuna or Deimos bounties and get a bunch of Aya, so it's essentially something similar, except you don't have to wait, 12 to 30 hours for it to build. You just farm the material, trade for the relic, and then run them a bunch. And that does suck ass because I hate relic farming. Or not relic farming, Aya farming. I really do. So, whenever I have the patience for it, I'll do some Aya farming just to help out. But, I would rather just farm my platinum and then buy the pieces that way. I mean, if I'm gonna be putting time into grinding, I would rather not farm through RNG in bounties doing 5 fucking whole sections and hoping that I get Aya and go through one thing of RNG to go to fucking Varzia, or however you say her name, to farm a second bit of RNG. I would rather just do the grinding and then pay the platinum for the pieces on Warframe Market, honestly. That's just me. But then again, I also have a lot more to do than just play. Like, Warframe isn't, it isn't my only source of income. In fact, as of right now, I don't get anything from Warframe at all. So, I gotta do commissions and voice acting and Patreon, and then my, actual job that I have, taking care of old folks, and then taking care of the yard and the property, helping out the family. So it's a lot. Warframe is more so a labor of love. But hey, if I had more time and I wasn't perpetually exhausted, I mean, shit, I probably wouldn't have any issue farming Aya. But yeah, if you are going to farm it, Fortuna, I think, still has the highest drop rate for Aya. So do the 40 to level 60 bounties, and just keep doing them back to back. You can do them solo, you can do them public, whatever. Doesn't matter. I forgot. They have an option to actually have Steel Path, like the Steel Path modifier for all the bounties, right? I haven't run them in a bit, so I don't actually know. Well, if you can just turn on Steel Path for all the bounties, like you can for Zeramin, then, I mean, hey, you can give it a shot. Maybe they'll drop more often. I don't know. I mean, Steel Path does say that it does drastically increase the drop rate, so you can give that a try. But just for patience-wise and sanity, since their drop rate is fairly good, I'd recommend doing it on regular. But hey, I mean, if you need Steel Essence and it allows you to actually do that, to turn on the Steel Path modifier for Fortuna bounties, I mean, if you want to get as many as possible, or you want to test if they actually drop more, give it a run. Give it a try. Like I said, I've not been down in Fortuna for bounties for a good bit now. And I was kind of on autopilot when I ran the bounties. So I don't actually know if that's an option. I feel like it should be, now that we have that for Zerum and whatever else. But it just is what it is. It's a part of the grind, It's a looter shooter MMO. Just what it do, man. I was so happy that I picked Gara. I was a little bit sad though that I started taking some damage without going all that far. But then again, I forgot that I had brief respite on, so that's why I was feeling like, I was kind of getting hit harder. Because I completely forgot that I had brief respite on, because I usually don't run Gara. I just have her for certain particular purposes, and she fulfills those purposes very well, and very easily. So, I usually just pick her, don't look at the mods, go in, do my combat loop, and get done, and get out. So, that probably would have been great if I remembered I had brief respite. I might try to see if I can put her more into health tanking. I don't know. I might. Yeah, I may not. I do still, like I said, have to farm this, and I think I got to, level 5? Or 6? I thought I saw that I got to level 6, but when I got out it says I'm only at 5, so I do need to finish that out today. Along with a couple of other commissions. So, that is something that I'll have to do. But no biggie. No biggie at all. Man, I tell you, it does feel nice to be able to just delete scores of enemies in a 360-degree radius. It is very nice. I do like Gara quite a bit. I like her stuff. I know she's a bit, I don't want to say basic, but she's very not flashy. And although she can be kind of complicated in her pseudo-exalted, glass broadsword, scaling and modding and stuff like that, she is pretty straightforward, despite that. But I know some people can find Gara boring, and, I get it, she's not as flashy or, crazy like Ember or, let's say, Hydroid, with his, widespread hentai attack. It looks cool, there's tentacles coming out of the ground, and out of the walls, and there's a reflection of water, that effect, all over the floor and everything, and it looks cool. It does. But she is very strong. She's insanely strong. And the reason why I wasn't one-shotting a lot of these guys is, I didn't have a good melee. So, because I didn't have a good stabby poke weapon, I really wasn't doing that great as far as that goes. But if I had my hate, or if I had another weapon that had, say, Weeping Wounds, or... Weeping Wounds on it, because there's no crit chance, or... no crit chance anything, it's just got a 1.0 modifier. It would have been doing some more. And all kinds of other stuff. I mean, there's a lot of ways. Like I said, it's a little bit in-depth how to build her one, and how to build her overall stuff, for Gara. And I have a little video about it, but I think you guys have already seen that. So, nothing super crazy, and I don't have a meta build. I don't like using stat sticks. But you can get her to hit red crits, with her one. And there's plenty of videos on that, trust me. You'll be able to find them a lot. Very, very easily. I think there was a couple of them from a couple of months ago. One dude was hitting, tier 4 crits. Tier 4 red crits. It was pretty insane. So, you really can take Gara to an absurdly high level. And there are builds all for that. My build is, as the title suggests for that video, a comfortable build. Just run around, do everything you need. Nothing super specific, no complicated combat loops, no, doing 7 different things, like you were playing Elden Ring, where you drink, like, uh, your buffing flask, and then you do a bunch of buffs, and then you fucking take a shit, you stomp on your right foot, don't forget it, and then you can one-shot everything. There are builds like that, but mine is not. Just very straightforward. But I was wondering why I had some trouble with this. I was pressing X, and because he was up there, it didn't initiate, I guess because he was next to the rock. I have had that happen before, but the few times that I did have that happen, where he's just, like, standing up there, it wasn't so bad, because I just got up underneath him, and I pressed X, and I was able to stab him, like you'll see here. But I don't know why it didn't happen the first time. Yeah, not sure why that started becoming a bug. Whenever I was playing Duviri after it came out, it wasn't so bad, but, well, it wasn't like that at all. So I don't know why that's new. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all in the next one. May RNG be in your favor.